Hi, this is Bill with Dine Drink Vegas, and I'm inside a standard guest room at the Crockfords Hotel here in the Resorts World complex on the North Las Vegas Strip. I want to give you a quick tour around the room, but before I get started, I'm also later this week staying at the Hilton and at the Conrad, and I'm going to try to compare and contrast the three different hotels within a hotel so you can know which one best suits your trip. As you walk into the room, there's a huge closet with plenty of space and two incredibly soft plush robes. That's a great feature I really like in a hotel room, particularly in an upscale room. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that you've got a connecting door to the next room. That means that if you've got a group or if you've got multiple people who need to stay together, you've at least got that as a possibility. The bathroom isn't very well appointed. There is no tub, there's just a shower, but it's one of the nicer showers I've seen in a while. They have a sitting bench, plenty of water pressure and steam coming out of there, so it's not properly a steam shower, although you could use it in that feature. Standard included amenities, a dental kit, two dental kits, a manicure kit, everything else that you need. One of the things I particularly enjoy is that the toilet is in a separate room, which will help when you're trying to get ready in the morning. Now, as we go back into the main part of the room, one of the things that I want to let you know is that all the amenities of the hotel are available regardless of whether you're staying here or at the Hilton or at the Conrad. They are trying very hard here in the Crockfords to give a super premium service experience. I was a little disappointed with the wait times to check in, particularly since I had to go back to get a key when my room wasn't ready when I was here. But that was okay. One of the other things you should know is that this is a Hilton property, but in spite of that, there aren't a huge number of Hilton benefits. I'm a Diamond Status member in the Hilton program. I was given a $25 certificate, which I can use in 3 of the restaurants downstairs, which is nice, but not huge. There's no executive lounge, there's no talk of room upgrades or anything like that. That said, though, the room itself is great. You have a mini bar, and you do have a coffee service with nice china cups. I talked earlier about their desire to be a super premium service experience. They'll absolutely bring you ice to the room. Now, obviously, as with any minibar, you don't want to touch anything you don't want to pay for. They say here that if you touch it for longer than 30 seconds, you pay for it. And honestly, I wouldn't touch it at all. However, one of the things that I think is really nice about this room, there is your own private refrigerator, so you can store anything that you happen to bring with you. Coming into the main part of the room, there's a giant flat panel TV, a seating area which could also certainly double as a workspace, a dresser, a place to put your luggage. The bellhop was upset with me when I went to bring my own luggage into my room. I didn't need help, but she would certainly have placed it there instead of on the bed like I did. The beds are incredibly soft and fluffy, plenty of pillows. I do appreciate that they've got the soft bumpers around the bed so you don't stub your shin in the middle of the night. Now, one of the few very small problems I noticed with this property is that the power plug situation isn't great. For example, this would be your workspace, and there is one empty power plug for something like your laptop computer. Now, to be clear, they have other places to plug things in. As we go over here by the bed, certainly if you've got USB connectivity, that's great. And that's what I do for most of my devices, but not for things like my laptop, so that's not perfect. It is, however, a very futuristic high-tech room. As soon as I walked in, the shades opened up, lots of sunlight, right? Like I've stayed in a lot of hotels which feel kind of dark and dank, and this isn't that at all. The open atmosphere is great. I have a city view room. I think I wish I would have paid the few bucks extra for a strip view room, but even so, you can see the stratosphere. You can see down to Circus, the Westgate. You have a nice view of town. So what I'm going to do as soon as I finish rolling this video is I'm going to take some still pictures and I'm going to come back and I'm going to compare and contrast the 3 hotels here, because the Crockfords is a hotel within a hotel which has positioned itself as a luxury hotel experience. So hang tight and I will be right back. So after I stayed at the Conrad and at the Hilton, there are several amenities here at the Crockfords which are nice, which those other hotels don't have. I loved having the coffee maker in my room, and that was great. I loved having the bathrobes. The Conrad did that where the Hilton did not. I loved the sense of space in this room. which wasn't present in those other two hotels and certainly wasn't present at the Hilton. I like the fit and the finish of the room. Like it was nicer in a way that's hard to describe. And that doesn't mean that I'd always pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for it. But yeah, I would pay more for a room here at the Crockford than I would for one at the Conrad or at the Hilton. Now, one of the reasons I wouldn't pay a huge amount more is that the amenities of the hotel are open to any guest of any of the hotels. The only real difference is in the lobby area. I will say that the Crockford's lobby bar was beautiful. It was nice. Weirdly, it didn't have a lot of top shelf liquors, right? It mostly had mid shelf liquors, but their bartender knew what he was doing. I had a lovely martini with an orange twist in it. So the lobby is nice and open and spacious, but ultimately not that big a deal. And you could probably get to that bar even if you weren't staying in the hotel. And it's a mega resort in Vegas, right? There are other bars available. One of the other things, which was a disappointment about this hotel, is there was no express line for Hilton Elites. That was true at both the Hilton and at the Conrad. And that made so I've got Hilton Diamond status, right? That made the check in process at those two places quicker. So the Crockfords is a lot nicer hotel than the other two. For me, honestly, though, it's going to depend on the price on the dates that I want to go. Um, and for the prices these places usually are, the Conrad seemed to be a pretty nice sweet spot between the two. So think about what kind of experience you want to have, right? Are you wanting the super premium travel experience? Are you wanting a cheaper trip? Are you wanting some sort of a compromise between the two? Because the Crockfords is the premium experience. The Hilton is fantastic, but it's the more budget friendly of the experiences, and the Conrad is someplace between those two. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, I would love it if you would hit like and if you would subscribe to our channel. You can follow Dine Drink Travel on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook. You can find us on our Facebook, or rather on our webpage at dinedrinktravel.com. I would love to see your comments and questions in the comments section below. Thanks so much and happy travels.